That one has audio. Yeah, but that's the wrong one. That's the wrong one. That's the wrong audio. Bad audio. Bad audio. That's not the right one. Are we going with that one or are we not going with that one? I keep being told to hold on, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on. Hold on. What now? Is it working now? Is that the one we want? Did you fix it? Are you done? Are you done? Are you done? What? I don't know anything about echoey. Are you still working on it or what? That's the best we got for now. Figure it out later. Figure it out later? I thought you said it doesn't sound right. Okay, I guess that's the best we got. Touch it. You touch it. I'm not gonna touch it. Okay, thank you. Okay, so here's what we got. We have videos. We got videos. And I took a dab. I have more dabs ready here. I have more dabs. Dabs, 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 dabs. And I have Mox News face mask. If anybody's looking for a Mox News face mask, I have Mox News face mask. Very comfortable. Has a little slot in here so you can put like herbs and stuff, you know. If you do that, you can put like a little herbal, you know, whatever, fresh vanilla smell in there. I guess. And we have a Mox News t-shirt with, again, the Mox News world logo, knowledge is free. And we got Mox News cups. Knowledge is free. So we got that. We got Mike Hawk postcard. That's always a favorite. And Godzilla has joined us. And what else do we got? We got let's see. We got protesters in the street. We got phone. See, the phone's ready to go. Phone is ready to go, people. Phone's ready. Phone's ready. Phone is ready to go, people. And I have a movie waiting for me. Enter the Fat Dragon. I've been waiting to see this movie for a while now. I hear it is the best movie ever made. So I have other things to do. Don't get me wrong. I have other stuff to do. So if you want to call, now's the time. 805-669-6397. Otherwise, I'm just missing out on my movie, Enter the Fat Dragon, which I'm very much looking forward to. Best movie ever made, I'm told. Has my favorite Jedi in it. Let's see. So, I'm going to go ahead and play a video. And play this video. I'm not going to start with the sheriff's shooting video. Although I have numerous videos of this, but I saw a clip today earlier where they were talking about a COVID-19 breakthrough, in which they were talking about how they want you to inhale this mist, and this mist will prevent your lungs from being able to be penetrated by the COVID-19, right? And they're totally stealing this from cannabis, okay? Months and months ago, I showed you guys that cannabis is a deterrent. It's being it's being used as a deterrent in hospitals in Israel, because they say that the resins in it keep resins in cannabis. Basically, this right here, the resins in cannabis. You know, this is what I keep talking about. This is the proper smoke for you guys. The resins. This is flower rosin right here. The rosins in cannabis, as I've shown you from multiple news sources, are being used to prevent COVID-19 from entering the lungs. And so when I play this video for you about this COVID-19 breakthrough, basically they're doing with some synthetic product exactly what I showed you months ago was being done with cannabis in hospitals in Israel. And the reason that I want to show this to you is, again, because instead of just taking this natural product that anybody can access very easily, and again, showing the importance of this amazing fucking plant, instead of just taking this simple thing that works, they have to make this synthetic thing that they want you to coat your lungs with, right? You want to coat your lungs with synthetic garbage from Big Pharma? Or you want to take a puff of weed? That is a no-brainer, my friends, in case you don't know. So, again, cannabis is the key, as I keep telling you.
We're still in the grips of the COVID pandemic, and it could be a while until there's an effective and safe vaccine against the virus.
But researchers at the University of California, San Francisco claim they have developed a synthetic nanobody that could be a game changer in combating the coronavirus. Fox's Claudia Cowan has more.
Researchers at UC San Francisco have developed a kind of biological PPE, like a face mask at the cellular level to prevent the coronavirus from taking hold. It is a synthetic nanobody called an aeronab, and it puts the coronavirus in a chemical straitjacket by attaching to those unique protein spikes that attack human lung cells. The aeronabs essentially block the way, neutralizing the virus before it has a chance to spread.
So if we can just prevent that initial step of the virus even getting into the cell, it's a very potent way to prevent infections in the first place, and then even prevent infections from getting worse.
The idea is to put the aeronabs into a nebulizer or nasal spray so it can be easily administered, most likely every day during the early stages of infection. Medical experts say it could be a bridge to provide protection until a vaccine is developed.
This is not science fiction. These nanobodies are real, and they are showing a very strong effects against the SARS-CoV-2 virus that has caused this pandemic. Will they work in humans as a bridge to a vaccine? We don't know yet, but this is definitely hopeful. And put this together with the synthetic antibodies that are already close to FDA approval, and you have reason to hope.
The solution is made of readily available synthesized materials, which would bring down the cost, and researchers say it could be quickly and easily tweaked should the virus mutate. Researchers are hoping to start clinical trials in the next few months, and if all goes well, aeronabs could be a game changer. In San Francisco, Claudia Cowan, Fox News.
And I can tell you for sure that makes me want to take a puff of weed, because again, it's for your better good. It's to keep you going and being strong. Marijuana is missing from all of our lives. Well, not from my life, not from all of our lives, but you get what I'm saying. Greatest crime against humanity of all times, making cannabis illegal. Taking cannabis and all of its amazing abilities away from humanity. Greatest crime against humanity of all time. Thanks a lot, U.S. government. Fucking garbage piece of shit that needs to die forever. In case you're wondering how I feel about it. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and play more videos, because I can do that. I'm very good at it. You guys have no idea how good I am at that. What else do we have here? COVID-19 breakthrough. Okay, so again, there was police officers shot earlier, and I want to try and see if we can get Craig to do an analysis of this video of the sheriffs getting shot. So I'm going to go ahead and play that for you guys, and then if anybody wants to discuss this, it is all out there, so we've all seen it just in case nobody's seen it yet.
The urgent manhunt near Los Angeles tonight after 2 sheriff's deputies were ambushed. And tonight here, the new surveillance now emerging, showing the female deputy applying a tourniquet to her partner, calling for help despite being shot herself. Here's our chief national correspondent, Matt Guppin, tonight.
Tonight, new security camera footage capturing this female LA County sheriff's deputy shot through the jaw, but tending to her partner, himself shot in the forehead, protecting him by placing him behind that pillar and radioing for help.
She's calling for help, but she's having a hard time because she can't speak very well.
Moments earlier, a lone gunman approaching their cruiser, firing multiple times, fleeing on foot. The deputies, a 31-year-old mother of a 6-year-old and a 24-year-old man, were sworn in only 14 months ago. They were rushed to the hospital where a small group of protesters gathered, heckling the deputies. One protester live streaming the incident. People heard taunting the wounded deputies.
Die one by one.
Tension has been high in South LA since sheriff's deputies shot and killed bicyclist Dijon Kizzy on August 31st, with nightly protests at the local sheriff's station. In a statement, former Vice President Biden calling the attacks on the deputies absolutely unconscionable. President Trump also weighing in.
Tonight, our thoughts are with the 2 sheriff's deputies in Los Angeles who were fighting for their lives when a vicious criminal walked up to their vehicle and shot them at point-blank range.
And David, the sheriff tells me they're throwing every available resource towards this manhunt. Hundreds of officers, the FBI is also involved, and there is a $100,000 reward for information leading to an arrest. David.
All right, Matt Guppin reporting. Matt, thank you.
Blue Bear's under the water. Let's see. So again, when I look at this video, I see a small person. Now, I mean, it looks like they're small legs. It looks like it has a wide body. But again, the sheriff's car in the video looks kind of smushed down too. But again, it looks like the person shooting is like holding the gun up, right? Holding the gun up and like pointing it, like they can barely reach over the height of the bottom of the window, you know? So that's what I'm seeing in that video. I don't know what you guys see. I don't know what Craig sees. Hopefully we'll get Craig to tell us if that looks like some kind of a weird video anomaly that makes the person look very short and you know, stumpy or whatever. But to me, that looks like either a child or a little person, and that's a very strange thing. See a 10-year-old shooting a couple cops. Right? Beware the generation raised on Grand Theft Auto. They will surely destroy us all. Destroy us all. Destroy us all. I've said it again and again, people. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and play another video for you. I'm going to play a video of that shooting again so that you can see it one more time. And then if anybody wants to join in about if it looks like, let's see, where's the sheriff shooting? There it is. Okay. You can tell me if it looks like, what it looks like to you. To me, again, it looks like a little person or a 9-year-old or a 10-year-old who's like holding the gun up so they can like get it above the window level, That's what it seems like to me. But it's just what I'm seeing. I don't know what the rest of you guys might be seeing, and it might just be a strange camera angle and some kind of a squashed down view also. So
Huge manhunt is underway at this hour for a gunman who ambushed two sheriff's deputies near Los Angeles. The deputies were shot as they were parked in their patrol car on Saturday night. They are now, we're happy to say, recovering in a local hospital today. Carter Evans is following this story, and you should know some of this video is very upsetting to watch.
Video released by the LA County Sheriff's Department shows the gunman walk up to a patrol car and fire several rounds at the two deputies inside before running away. Both were hit multiple times. It happened at this transit station in Compton. The 31-year-old female and 24-year-old male deputies are now in critical condition after undergoing surgery on Saturday.
Our female.
All right, so we can come back to that in a minute or not. Either way, you know, whichever we do. I mean, there's just, it goes on for another 5 minutes. But I mean, you can see there on the angles again. It looks like a small person. It looks like the person's holding the gun up very high. You know, but again, it also looked like there does look like there's some kind of film anomalies going on in there too. What's up, legs? Huh? So let's see. Now, go this way. Okay, so I'm gonna play a different video for you though, because I have many other videos. Let's see. We got the COVID breakthrough one. Oh, right. South Carolina Attorney General. I have a story about the South Carolina Attorney General hitting someone with their car, and apparently they driving away, right? It's really strange in this story about the South Dakota Attorney General who struck someone with their car, and he says, well, they called 911 and said that they thought they hit a deer. So, you know, I don't know if everyone calls 911 who thinks that they hit a deer. I don't know if that's something that they do. But it seems to me, in South Dakota, it's probably not something that everyone does. But it seems to me that, you know, you would think that they would say that he stopped and that he tried to help the person. But they say in the video, it says that he called 911 and says he thought that he hit a deer, which to me means he didn't stop. He didn't look to see if the person that he fucking hit and killed apparently needed help, and now it's being investigated by the police. And why wouldn't he stop? He was on his way home from a fundraiser, a political event, which maybe he had a couple of cocktails, you know, rubbing elbows, schmoozing it up, right? You know what I'm saying? And then he hit somebody and killed them and didn't stop. He said, oh, I called 911. You know, oh, you guys know me. I'm the Attorney General. I do everything by the book, baby. Right? So I thought that was interesting that they didn't make clear that he stopped and looked around and didn't see a deer that needed help.
South Dakota's Attorney General has been involved in a deadly crash. Authorities say Jason Rounsberg struck and killed a pedestrian Saturday night. Authorities say the AG was returning from a fundraiser and said he thought he hit a deer. He did call 911. The state's highway patrol is investigating. When we come back.
All right, so I don't know where you guys are all from or what you're all experiencing, but here in the Seattle area, the air quality has become not good. By not good, I mean it's. We went to the lake yesterday to take the dogs for a swimmy, and you get their balls wet. You get your balls wet, buddy. Yes, he did. And there was no one there. We saw like 2 dogs in the dog park. We saw there's this giant soccer field that we walk across, and there's always people on that. There was like no people there. We went up to the place where there's always people flying kites. There was no people there. We went down to the waterfront on the lake, and all the benches were empty. It was awesome. But I guess it's too smoggy to fly the drones. They can't see anything, I guess. So I don't have a bunch. I think I got a little bit of new drone video here. Let's see. Purple sunset. Oh, that looks pretty. That looks nice. This must be before the fires. This is not what it looks like now. That looks nice. Doesn't that look nice? You're a fucking liar. I pick up fucking easily 1,500 bags of dog shit a year. Okay? So, fuck you. Whoever the fuck you are. You're a fucking liar. That's who you are. That's all we need to know about that. That would be pretty funny, Box, if we got Boo Bear to take a big old dump in the middle of the presidential seal. That would be awesome, huh? Right there in the West Wing, right in the middle, on the eagle's face. Little doggy scat video. Let's see. I think we got some other drone video too. Golden Garden. Ooh, Palisade. Love the Palisade. I used to work at the Palisade restaurant. For those of you who care, I was a waiter there for a couple of years. It is a flagship destination or restaurant down on the waterfront in Elliott Bay, Seattle. Very nice. They did applewood roasted prime rib there that was out of this world. Making myself hungry now. See what you guys did? Palisade. This is okay, so this is Palisade Marina right there, and there's a restaurant down to the right. I don't know where this video goes. I'm not familiar with this one, but it has a beautiful view of the city. I saw a B-1 bomber. Was it a B-1? I think it was a B-1 bomber fly over one day. It looked like a pterodactyl. It was like really low, and it flying over the water. I was like, what the hell is that? I was like, Rodan! And then it just flew right over the restaurant. It was like a B-1 bomber. I'm pretty sure it's a B-1 bomber. The one that's just like a flying wing, you know? It's the one that looks like a flying wing. So, it's a beautiful city. I love that city so much. Okay, so if anybody wants to call, the number is 805-669-6397, 805-MOX News. I have, let's see, I have another video of cops shooting a man with a knife, which is some video that I haven't seen around a whole lot, and I thought you guys might want to see it. I will post it on the YouTube page later in case you want to share it with someone. Here it is now.
Investigators have released body camera footage showing the moments before the deadly police shooting of a 27-year-old man in Pennsylvania. The video you're about to see is disturbing.
Get back, get back.
Lancaster police say those are the moments before Ricardo Munoz was shot and killed after an officer responded to a 911 call about a person armed with a knife inside a home. Prosecutors say Munoz ran toward the officer holding a knife above his head in a threatening manner. The officer then shot Munoz, killing him. His death sparked protests over the weekend, with the town's police chief calling for calm.
Any loss of life, regardless of how it happens, is devastating. It's devastating for everybody involved. It's devastating for our police department, the families, and our community. It's absolutely devastating. And, you know, we need the community to come together, and we want the community to stay calm, stay at peace, and allow this process to play out.
The officer who shot Munoz is reportedly on leave during the investigation. George Floyd's family just launched a new foundation. Its first $5,000 gift was given Sunday to the Salvation Army Harbor Light Center to help house the homeless in Minneapolis, something George had done for more than a year before he was killed by police in May.
This is where George loved to be. He loved helping the community, and I want them to be able to keep it going.
Okay. Craig says he's got a couple pictures of Seattle with all the smoke. There's a bunch of wildfires all over Washington and all over the West Coast. The West Coast is on fire. Oregon, Washington, California. I think it's some kind of plot by Donald Trump to set all the forests on fire, and then they have like cover, you know, like you can't see anything. Like, so they could just spray the fuck out of the area, you know what I mean? Spray all kinds of fucking aerosol, lobotomy spray or whatever. Because that's the kind of dictator Donald Trump wishes he could be, don't you know? I am quite certain. There is no doubt in my mind. Okay, so nobody wants to call and have more videos. I will play more videos. I'll play a video for you about the wildfires here momentarily. And, oh, there's a new, the IRS is sending out second round of checks, I guess, a tax refund check. And people are worried that it's a scam and they're throwing the checks away. But apparently, the checks are good. Is from the IRS, and is some kind of an interest payment. I don't really know, but I have a news story that explains it more clearly. And I have a video of cops beating a man because they can. You know, that's what they do. Is that video? Is that that picture? The smoky Seattle? Nope, no picture of smoky Seattle. So, let's see. The what? Yeah, I'll play a clip. Alright, I have a video of, I started this video the cops shooting the sheriff, and then I paused it because I wanted to I just wanted you guys to see the video of the guy running away because it looks very peculiar to me. Again, it looks like a little person to me, but I don't know for sure, and hopefully we can get Craig to tell us if that's just a squashed down video or what's going on there, but I'll play that video clip for you now.
A huge manhunt is underway at this hour for a gunman who ambushed two sheriff's deputies near Los Angeles. The deputies were shot as they were parked in their patrol car on Saturday night. They are now, we're happy to say, recovering in a local hospital today. Carter Evans is following this story, and you should know some of this video is very upsetting to watch.
Video released by the LA County Sheriff's Department shows the gunman walk up to a patrol car and fire several rounds at the two deputies inside before running away. Both were hit multiple times. It happened at this transit station in Compton. The 31-year-old female and 24-year-old male deputies are now in critical condition after undergoing surgery on Saturday.
Our female deputy was hit at least once in the jaw and at least twice in the arm, and I think the male deputy was hit at least a couple of times in the arm also. It might be more. It brings up a lot of emotions for me, and we almost lost at least one, and we could have lost both.
In a news conference Saturday evening, LA County Sheriff Alex Villanueva angrily denounced the shooting.
That was a cowardly act. The two deputies were doing their job, minding their own business, watching out for the safety of the people on the train, and seeing somebody just walk up and just start shooting on them. it pisses me off.
Later Saturday night, a small group of anti-police protesters taunted the deputies outside the hospital where they were taken. But on Sunday, a much larger group gathered outside the hospital to pray for their recovery.
It's not clear why the gunman opened fire on the deputies, and right now authorities are only describing him as a black man, 28 to 30 years old, wearing dark clothing. They are offering a $100,000 reward for any information leading to his arrest and conviction. Tony?
All right, Carter, thank you very much. Well, the ambush brought a quick response from both presidential candidates. Democrat Joe Biden tweeted, "This cold-blooded shooting is unconscionable and the perpetrator must be brought to justice." President Trump, meanwhile, called the gunman an animal and suggested a death sentence would be appropriate punishment.
When we find that person, we've got to get much faster with our courts, and we got to get much tougher with our sentencing. We have to come out very, very strongly.
The president spoke during a day of campaigning in Nevada, including an indoor rally last night that was condemned as unsafe by the state's Democratic governor. Nevada saw a significant jump in coronavirus cases during the summer.
Right, so here's a picture Craig took earlier today in Seattle of what the sky looks like, and that is not fog, that's smoke. And this is Monday, basically rush hour, so you can tell it's not exactly in downtown Seattle. So it's and again, we went to the lake yesterday and it was a ghost town. Like we've been there a lot. It's one of the favorite places that we go to, and there was no one there, which was so weird. It's so weird, man. It's like the zombie apocalypse with no zombies yet, don't you know? So, I'm going to go ahead and play another video for you guys, because that's what I do, and there's no phone callers, and that's the other thing that we do on this show, besides encouraging you to open your eyes and not buy into the programming of division, the programming of fear. They're the most blatant, obvious programming that there is. It's obvious to anyone with eyes and ears. They want you afraid, they want you divided. If you can't see it and hear it and say these people are not in my best interest, people that are trying to divide us, people that are trying to get us to be afraid, those are not people in your interest. That's a big part of what I do here, in case you haven't noticed yet. Okay, so that being said, I have another video again of the wildfires. I'm going to go ahead and play a video of the wildfires going on so you know what's happening, in case you don't already.
Developing now, a portion of Pier 58 along Seattle's iconic waterfront is gone this morning. This is a live look at the waterfront right now, one day after parts of the pier suddenly gave way, sending construction workers into the water below. Right now, one of those workers pulled from the water is at Harborview Medical Center in satisfactory condition. Another worker who was taken to the hospital has been released. The city says about 20% of the pier collapsed yesterday. It closed back in August when crews found it was pulling away and breaking down. Monitors showed that movement was increasing on Thursday. The pier was already set to be torn down as part of a $725 million plan to revitalize the waterfront over the next few years.
The strategy was to remove the heavy concrete elements on the deck of Pier 58 as quickly as possible to reduce the weight on the failing structure beneath it.
The pier has been repaired at least 10 times in the last 30 years. The team assigned to tearing down the pier tells us their first step is continuing the work to get it done and get all of that debris out of the water. Right now, firefighters along the West Coast are bracing for more dangerous conditions. Overnight emergency teams revealed at least 27 people died from wildfires in just the last week. The bulk of those deaths happened in California, where more than 3 million acres of land have already burned. In Oregon, flames have devastated several towns, leaving at least 10 people dead. Driving through Talent, Oregon, there is little left standing to show that that town ever existed. The majority of Clackamas County, Oregon, is still under a level 3 evacuation order, but that is not stopping some people from returning home. Allison Mechanic from our sister station in Portland explains why some people have chosen to go back.
Mirror and the sky had changed from orange to black and purple.
Kurt Schweigart has just returned to his Estacada home after being evacuated, but his bags are still packed.
You know, we feel a little bit better, but don't get me wrong, we are ready to leave within, all we have to do is grab the dogs and put them in the vehicle and we're out of here.
Estacada can be seen here in red. It's still listed as a level 3 go now zone because of the Riverside fire. But Schweigart decided to come back to his home to protect it from another threat he believes is out there: looters.
There are people out here trying to take advantage of the situation.
The Clackamas County Sheriff's Office says Schweigart isn't the only one concerned. In the last 2 days, they've taken more than 330 calls.
The largest majority of those calls are suspicious persons, people trespassing. We have made some arrests, but I want to make it clear that the majority of those calls are actually unfounded.
The Sheriff's Office is able to respond to these calls and is urging people to call them and not take matters into their own hands.
This is what Estacada looks like right now.
Schweigart says he's not looking for suspicious people, but if they come to his neighborhood, he'll know.
I'm sitting in my house listening to the radio, watching my neighbors' back doors.
Emergency teams are urging people to not stay when in a level 3 zone. Firefighters say they may not be able to help you if the fire gets worse. The Clackamas County Sheriff's Office wants people to stand down and stop defending property with firearms. Sheriff Craig Roberts says their dispatch has been flooded with calls from homeowners saying that there are suspicious people in evacuated areas. Again, the sheriff says most of those calls are unfounded, but because everyone is on such high alert, people are defending property and threatening force.
We have a group of different individuals that are actually trying to protect property. They're actually have been armed and stopping individuals within the community out there. First thing I'd ask them to do is please stop that. So the last thing I want to see is anything tragically happen because somebody's overreacting to something they believe is criminal and it's not.
Sheriff Roberts says while deputies have arrested a handful of people committing crimes, most of the people in evacuation areas are actually people checking on their homes. Law enforcement from other communities are in Clackamas County helping out with patrols. Stick with the Coma News Network for continuing coverage.
And again, that was Seattle there today. Craig took this picture this afternoon in downtown Seattle. Let's see. So, and he got some video of us at the park yesterday too. Here, I'll play that for you guys a little bit later. So I have, again, it's a call-in show. If you guys don't want to call, I'm going to play my videos. I'm going to get the fuck out of here. Okay? So you can count on it. Because, you know, it's a call-in show. I don't want to just sit here and talk. But, again, I was just giving you my opinion on the video looking strange. I still think the video looks strange. I think the gun looks very large in the person's hands. I think I think everything about that video looks very strange. I think the person looks like he's holding the gun up high to try and get it over the window. I think his head looks like it barely pops up above the window. So I think it's a very strange looking video. But there are so many strange things happening these days, aren't there? strange is not a word strong enough to cover it, right? Just don't give me none of that new normal shit, because I'm not living in bizarro world forever. I'll tell you that for sure. Let's see. Second IRS check. Right. I have second IRS check coming up for you guys. I know that you will be interested in that. Hello, caller.
I just woke up.
Well, good for you.
Woke as fuck.
Yeah, good for you.
So, I caught your last video though, but, wow, man, I got friends in Talent, Oregon. I got a bunch of friends in Talent, Oregon. And according to that video, there's no Talent, Oregon anymore. And I've been checking their Facebook pages to see if they're okay, but there's nothing on it, man. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's pretty nasty out there, dude. Are you guys getting a lot of smoke where you're at?
No, it's pretty much all cleared here. I mean, a little bit, but God, man,
They say
this valley has been filled with smoke for literally 3 solid weeks, like filled with smoke. And so what I'm experiencing now is nothing compared to what it's like when there's a fire right here.
Yeah. Well,
so I feel for all the people that are suffering, man. That's a lot of people. I haven't even been paying that much attention to the fires. Most times I just worry about my little fucking life, and if Sally likes me, and maybe I'll get a fucking reparations check from the government for the fucking slavery they've been putting me through.
I wouldn't hold your breath on that one.
Yeah.
So, you have a good weekend?
Yeah, I had a really good weekend. Just cleaned shit up and watered the fucking garden.
Yeah, good. You sounded like you weren't feeling very good the last time I talked to you.
I'm much better now. I slept a lot. That's why I only have good memories, is because I was unconscious. So I slept a lot, and I feel much better. And I took lots of vitamins, and it made all the difference in the world.
Good. Well, it's good that you're feeling better. That's what really matters.
Yeah, all I remember of last week was Craig was just bugging me about a fucking great epic rap battle, and he bugged me, and he finally pushed me into it, and I agreed. So I guess we'll do that this week sometime when he stops being such a chicken.
Huh.
How you doing, Mike?
I'm good. I just want to go watch my movie. I got a movie to watch. Enter the Fat Dragon.
P-H-A-T?
No, F-A-T.
Oh, that would have been better if they spelled it P-H-A-T.
It's my friend Sam got it. He's a pirate. It's a brand new movie. He got it for me yesterday, and he calls me last night and he says, "You watch the movie yet?" I'm like, "No." He said, "Dude, this is the greatest movie ever made," right? And he's not even like a fan of the genre or anything. He's just like, "You have got to watch this movie as soon as possible. This is fucking amazing." I can't get off the fucking floor. I'm laughing so hard.
So it must have flying ninjas.
Well, it has my favorite Jedi in it, so. And he does a lot of flying usually. Jedi.
You mean like in outer space Jedi with?
As in Star Wars? As in Star Wars, yes.
Well, who the fuck is your favorite Jedi?
Donnie Yen. I don't know what his Jedi name was.
Was he in a Star Wars movie?
Yeah, he was in Rogue One.
And which part did he play?
He played a blind Jedi.
Oh, that guy. Yeah, I remember him. He was pretty good. Yeah. And really. Let's see.
Yeah, like
really funny. There was a funny guy too, or was he the funny guy?
They were both pretty funny. He had a friend who was like a Samoan or something, just a giant fucking guy.
Yeah, I should see that movie again.
That's like, I think my favorite Star Wars movie, dude. Definitely my favorite one after the first three.
Yeah, and they all die in the end, right?
Yeah, they all die.
Yeah, that was the only bummer about that movie. It's like, God, you get all these great characters.
Yeah.
You got a good storyline, it's action-packed, and then they all fucking die. And
Yeah.
It's too realistic for me. I like fantasy movies where, you know, people live and the hero wins and the bad guy suffers. But, you know, when they have movies structured like that, it's too much like real life.
That's my favorite Star Wars movie.
Yeah, I like it too. I've only seen it one time. I think I saw it in the theater, and it blew me away. I was really stoned.
Yeah. We saw it on the day after Christmas. I think Boxing Day we saw that. It was like, I'm pretty sure it was Christmas season we went to when that movie was released.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's when I saw it too. So, yeah, that was a good movie. And I don't see it on...
Yeah, I actually made a fucking I actually made a video about that movie called it's a Christmas Miracle, a Star Wars movie that doesn't suck.
Yeah, I remember they had that big giant kind of goofy robot that
Yeah.
Kind of was loopy.
Like full of attitude.
Yeah, right. Yeah, was it a female? It was a female robot.
No, they wouldn't. I'm not sure, but they wouldn't give him a gun because they were afraid to turn their back on him. He was mad because the guy was giving the girl a gun, and he wouldn't give him a gun. His partner, his robot partner. He wouldn't give him.
I gotta see that movie again. That's a good movie.
Yeah.
And then I saw the other one. Solo, I think was the name of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw it, and I saw the sexy babe in there, and I go, oh wow, that's sexy babe. And I thought, oh, this movie's kind of okay. And then later on, I figured out, oh, the fucking girl is the fucking Khaleesi. She's the fucking queen of the dragons, and the fucking she's the breaker of chains, and the unburnt, and the Lord of the Seven Kingdoms, in Game of Thrones, you know, and I go, no fucking wonder I liked her, you know, because everybody wants to fuck the Khaleesi. You know? And she was Han Solo's girlfriend in that movie. That was the Khaleesi of the Great Grass Sea. I can't remember her fucking name in Game of Thrones, but she was great in Game of Thrones, and I'm expecting her to come back somehow in a new Star Wars movie and fuck with Han Solo, a young Han Solo later, but I don't know if we'll ever see another Star Wars movie ever.
Well, there'll be more Star Wars movies, for sure.
Yeah.
As long as there's money to be made at a fucking movie theater, there'll be more Star Wars movies.
Yeah. I don't know if we'll ever go back to movie theaters, so because the New World Order said it would be here for 2 weeks, and it's been 6 months now, and I don't know if they're ever going to leave, Michael. So I think all the movie theaters are permanently closed unless they put us in all separate glass booths with our own private fucking surround sound system, and that way we don't breathe COVID-19 on each other. And I just saw a porno movie with everyone's wearing a mask.
Really?
Including the camera, yeah. So I don't think life is going back to the way it was, man. I kind of I gave in. I just want to have some semblance of normalcy back. So I crawled to the giant pyramid and worshipped on my knees, and I begged for an injection. I had a sign that said, please give me an injection, and maybe I'll get higher up in the pyramid, and I'll fucking be cracking the whip on you guys, and you know, I can go to maybe the Lord Reptilian will give me my own movie theater. You know, I just want and some steak, and I want to be somebody important. And I want a hot girlfriend. That's what I want. So,
Careful what you wish for.
Are you kidding, man? I am the one. I'm the one. I am Neil, the one. So, except I got sick and I slept all weekend and watered my garden and everything is beautiful where I live, and I'm actually psychotic and I have no idea where I am. Where are you, Michael? Where are you? I'm woken.
Huh.
So I don't know what I'm doing. I just woke up. This is how I get when I just wake up.
Ah. Well, it's good. It's good you got some rest and that you're feeling better. That's what's really important.
You have a big. Oh, maybe it's my computer. Something happened to my computer. I'll put you on refresh because there's a big white square on your fucking live stream. There's probably something trying to pop up on my computer.
Huh.
Okay.
I don't have a big white square on my computer.
Yeah, I think people would be complaining if they had a big white square on their screen. So I don't know. Maybe I'm getting. Oh, here it is. What does that say? Oh, it's my virus program. Come on, bitch. Will you please fucking just... my virus program is doing something. Oh, there it goes. Okay. Yeah. I see you now, Michael. You were hiding underneath a big black square. So, what is it? It's Monday. And, I wanted to say something, but I forgot what it is. I have my coffee. I have my cigarettes. I have not died from the Corona or the Modelo or the Dos Equis yet. So, and I feel really sorry for all the people that are suffering from the fires. And how's everything up in your neck of the woods? You guys cooled off, and are the skies still orange or gray, or what's going on up there?
Yeah, I just showed the video. I mean, this is a picture of Craig of downtown Seattle today. Craig took this picture. So it's all smoky here. And,
your lungs holding up?
Yeah, so far they're doing fine. I mean, like I said, we went to the lake yesterday and it was a beautiful day. But we went for a walk today and I can tell it's getting harder and harder to take a breath. So the shit's gonna need to clear up pretty soon.
Well, I'm telling you, everybody who isn't a teenager takes vitamin D3, and that's what I'm recommending for you. Take some vitamin D3. Your body produces it naturally anyways in a sunny environment, and you don't live in a sunny environment. So, and it makes your lungs just go boom. It cures what ails you within 5-6 hours. And I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just telling you, try it, Michael. Just pretend it's acid. Try it. You know, see if your lungs feel better within 5 hours. They will. Especially, you know, I think the reason I got sick is because all the pollution from the fires came down, and I just combined with, you know, I was just breathing it, you know, so my body reacted. Because I never get sick. And so that's what I would recommend. If your lungs are feeling sensitive, take fucking 4 or 5 vitamin D3, man, gel caps. And fuck, you'll feel the difference. And then you'll be hooked. Be like marijuana. You'll be hooked for life.
Okay. All right, gotcha.
So, what are you going to show me today?
I have video of a guy getting beaten up by the cops.
Oh, I haven't seen that for 16 hours.
Yeah.
Where did that happen?
Oh, I have a video about a second IRS check.
Oh, I want to know that. I'm a direct deposit guy. I'm waiting. When's it going to happen?
It's just a second check from the IRS for taxes. It's not like a relief check.
For taxes.
Yeah, it's like they're sending out second checks to people. Apparently, they owe people interest or something because the tax day was pushed back or something. So they're having to pay people like interest on whatever their returns were.
Oh.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
So a lot of people are thinking that it's a scam, you know, like you get into some kind of fucking stupid shit, and they're just throwing the checks away. But I figured people would want to know it's not a scam and go ahead and cash the checks.
You know, I think I forgot to file my taxes. I hope that won't screw up my refund.
I thought you said you filed so that you could get your relief check.
I filed. Oh, that's right. I did file. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So, I mean, I made up some numbers and I put them in there, and the government accepted it. So, yeah, I did file. That's right. So I should get my fucking money.
You would think.
Yeah. Why can't the New World Order take care of me like it said it would?
Because they hate the post office.
Yeah, fuck. I don't know. I've been arguing with people. I actually got quite upset over the weekend, believe it or not, because I was arguing with a Zionist online. Thank God it wasn't to their face. And this girl was, the last time I did that was years and years and years ago, 6-7 years ago. I learned, don't ever argue with Zionists, because you just spend your life arguing with them about how great Israel is and how Israel's being attacked and the terrorists attacking Israel and blah, 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 blah. But this girl was in my town, and I started arguing with her on Facebook, and she went back down, and then I had to go all the way down this fucking thing. And it's like I hadn't done that in years, and it actually took a psychological toll on me just to engage with this stupid person who finally did back down. When I showed her pictures of Palestinians with legs blown off and stuff like that, little girls, and and it's like I know more. She's lived in Israel, and I know more about Israel than she'll ever know. And it took its toll on me to argue with this fucking person. And she was.
Yeah, well, welcome to my world, dude. That's what I go through fucking Monday through Friday.
Well, that's why I'm here, buddy, because, I'll kick their ass if they fuck with you. I'll come up there with my fucking nuclear-powered wheelchair, batteries that never stop, and fucking machine guns, and fucking flamethrowers, and, Craig will hop in there, too, with this Sufi jet, and fucking, we'll just bomb these people. Craig will fucking put bugs in their computer. I'm sure he's done it a million times. People who call don't know Craig is tapping their phone and talking to their refrigerator. It's not. Craig might seem mild-mannered, but he's like fucking Mr. CIA man behind the curtain there, pressing the buttons. He's going to get those fucking trolls. And you notice they don't call anymore because Craig has fucked up their computers and their cell phone systems. He's got their underground bunkers zeroed in from the satellites. He knows everything about it. Look at that three-way bridge. That's a pretty cool little bridge. It goes nowhere, man.
It goes back to the doggy park. That comes out of the doggy park and it goes through the trees. Nobody walks on that at the doggy park because you got to have the dogs on the leash. But we go walk out there. There's all kinds of wildlife. We saw a beaver out there in the lily pads on this day. Giant beaver. It was really big.
How'd the dogs react to the beavers?
They pretty much chill when it comes to wildlife. The girl is obsessed with bunnies, but other than that, they don't mess with the wildlife. I mean, she's actually kind of a little bit of a hunter. She'll kill rats. Like if she sees a rat, man, it's dead. She just go and stomp on it, and then she stomps on it, and then she does this thing with her teeth where she just like bites it once, and its fucking throat is just slit from ear to ear. It's fucking amazing.
That's the kind of dog I want. How much can you rent her out? How much do you rent her by the week for?
She won't go anywhere. She won't go anywhere away from here, dude. When we got her, she was an escape artist. If you open the door 6 inches, she'd be gone for 48 hours, right? I told Craig, was like, I'm so afraid she's gonna run away. I was like, dude, as soon as she learns the word cheeseburger, she's not going anywhere, right? She came from a house where there were like vegans and shit, you know, so she came, and it wasn't like, you know, she wasn't like part of the family really. I mean, I don't want to, you know, shit on them too much because they're friends, but she was, you know, kind of a secondary thought. She's not that here. So she's not going anywhere ever, I guarantee it, you know. Like I said, she was an escape artist when we got her. Now I leave the door wide open. I go, girl, don't you want to go home to your mommy? Huh? She just lies down. I can leave the backyard, I can leave the fence open. What's that?
She knows what you're saying, right?
Yeah. I talk to her a lot, you know. I mean, it's you know, they're never alone. So
yeah, that's great. You got that relationship, man.
Yeah, well, see, when she was at the other house with the ex, she would spend all day, every day out in the backyard alone. And that's why she decided to escape, because, you know, nobody's like giving a fuck, so I'll go find something to do. But now she goes all over, and she gets pizza and cheeseburgers and ice cream and waffles and.
Well, you know, I feel a little bit about dogs the way you feel about kids. It's like I've already had both, right, kids and dogs, and right now it's like for me to get a dog right now it'd be like the greatest thing, but also the biggest responsibility, you know, and I wouldn't want to blow it. So.
It's a huge responsibility.
Yeah, I know. And I definitely do not respect people who don't take that responsibility seriously. I had a neighbor down below me here on the hill. I saw that guy go through dogs. He went through like 5 dogs. He went through a giant fucking English bulldog that he never played with. And I would go down there and just make funny noises to the English bulldog, and he was like jumping up 6 feet in the air. You ever seen an English bulldog jump 6 feet in the air? It never happened.
Yeah.
I had this dog so happy because I was speaking his language, and he got rid of the fucking dog. Oh, I got tired of that dog, and he got another fucking dog. And I couldn't believe that this guy had such a low value for, you know, almost human life.
Yeah.
Like, these are people, man, and you gotta commit to that person.
Yeah, it's basically a special needs child.
Yeah, right. Yeah, great. They'll protect you too. And
Yeah.
They're not retarded at all.
No, they're not retarded. My dogs are very smart.
I love dogs.
Yeah.
And that's why I won't have one, because I know maybe you know, I should go see the psychiatrist. And he said, well, you're just afraid of relationships, Mike.
Well, if you have a good home, you know, it sounds like a dog would be very happy at your home, dude.
Oh, for sure, because I take my relationships with my animals extremely seriously. I don't get rid of them, you know. I've been a bird breeder, and I've had cats, and I've had dogs.
Oh, yeah? What kind of birds?
Parrots. I had parrots.
What kind of parrots?
I had lovebirds, cockatiels, cockatoos, parakeets, conures, multiple kinds of conures, multiple kinds of lories. Those are lorikeets. They're only fruit eaters. So they're a high maintenance bird. If you know.
I like conures. Conures are very cool.
Yeah, some conures. So they're hook bills. They'll take a chunk out of your finger if you don't. If you get a mean one.
Almost any of them will do that.
Right, but conures, for small birds, conures are pretty mean. And I've had Amazons and one, that's about it. You know, but it's too much work. I did that when I was married, and I thought my wife would take,
Birds are a lot of work, man.
Oh yeah, Jesus Christ, man! Oh, we'll make lots of money, and we
My ex worked in a shop where they raised they hand fed baby birds, you know, to go out to, you know, rich people.
Right.
Yeah.
And then the rich people neglect them, and then they die, and then
They pull all their feathers out and they die. Yeah.
Right. They get psychotic and they pull their own feathers out. Or you know how many birds' lungs are very susceptible to smoke, like you're having right now.
Huh.
And so you got birds dying all over the place in the fires. And, you know, I mean, as a parrot breeder, I don't know what I would do with my fucking birds. It's like, well, what do? You just fucking, there's nothing you can do if it's that smoky. They're going to die, you know, basically.
Huh.
So, you know, and I rescued a hawk. I had a hawk one time for a couple weeks, and I tried rescuing wild birds, but I wasn't actually that good at it because some wild birds, you know, sometimes you got to let the wild bird go before you think it should go, you know. So, and I've seen raptor people that breed baby owls. I've seen a cage full of about 30 baby owls, you know. It's like,
wow.
fuck.
I didn't know there was people who do that outside, like zoos and stuff.
Yeah, you get these different societies that are avian rescuers, and they'll go onto people's property and set up giant aviaries, and they'll have, you know, so the one I saw had about 30 baby owls, barn owls.
Wow.
And if you want to see something goofy, go see that, because you know how little baby, or even big owls, they cock their heads in all kinds of weird directions, and
yeah.
they'll look at you, and then they'll make weird noises, and
owls are fascinating.
Yeah, it's awesome. And then, you know, I told you when I was on Catalina, they had 26 pairs of mated bald eagles, so I got to see them fishing, you know, diving in the water and flying away with fish. That was pretty awesome. So I just love birds. You know, even the small birds. I just love birds, and so by being a breeder, I learned how satanic it was to be a breeder.
Well, it seems pretty satanic to take birds like that and put them in a cage. You know, that's
right,
for sure.
That's what I'm talking about,
yeah.
and I was participating in that. And I would recommend never get a parrot of any kind unless you're going to commit to it for life.
Yeah.
Same with a dog, same with a cat.
Yeah.
You know, you have a karmic relationship with animals. And
yeah.
So that's just the way we should be related to the animal kingdom. And with these fires, I hope people are setting out little kiddie pools full of water for the animals that might come by, the coyotes and the, you know, the foxes and the deer and whatever, you know, because they're going to be tired, fucked up, thirsty, and hungry. And just, if you're living near the national forest like I do, or in the forest, get a little kiddie pool or some big buckets or something and fill them up with water, and don't fuck with wild animals. Let them come by and drink. And they're not your pets, so don't go out and try to pet a bear or anything like that.
Cougar.
You know? Yeah, cougar. Yeah, but they all drink water, so give them some water. And California and Oregon and apparently Washington too are kind of under attack by this weather storm, you know, this firestorm. And I heard 3 million acres so far. That's a lot of acres. I've never seen it this bad. And I've been right in the middle of it. But this year, I'm not right in the middle of it. So it's pretty cool for me. I don't have to do nothing but, you know. When the fire was all around me in 2017, it was, I think about December. I think it was around December. And I just smoked dope with my best friend, stayed indoors where we got no air conditioning or no filters, right? So we just closed all the windows and smoked dope. We recorded 9 songs in 9 days while and we were in the most tripped out mood, you know, because we were just smoking all day long. And it's, you know, it's smoky outside, and people are evacuating, and people are panicking, and we're like not oblivious to it. Every afternoon or every evening, I would go and drive a half mile to where the fire was in my town and see how much progress was made. But basically, I recorded 9 songs in 9 days, and one of them was Temple of the Ganja King, which is it's a song made by a bunch of stone people. But I had a good time when the fire was here, but I was seriously affected by all the smoke that lingered for the next couple of weeks, and people who have sensitive lungs should take precautions and stay indoors and take vitamin D3, because it'll help you to heal from whatever kind of pollutants you're breathing in. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it, because it ain't no joke. Big ass fires ain't no joke. You're getting stuck in places.
Yeah, no, man. I mean, I was telling Craig, we're driving around yesterday, I was saying, if it wasn't for all this technology that we have, all this, TV and phone and radio and, everything that we have, if all that was gone, this fire, all this smoke, in this neighborhood where we live with all these trees, it would be scary.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the only thing defending us from Mother Nature most of the time is our illusions. It's not anything else.
Right. No, I'm not talking about the technology defending us from this. I'm just talking about being aware through the technology that the fire is, 50 miles away, as opposed to, we wouldn't even be able to know that. We would, it might be a mile away for all we know, with all the fucking smoke in the air, without all the technology that we have these days. It would be kind of scary.
Yeah, I mean, one of the advantages of having, like you're on the ground and you're a little human being, and you're staring up at the sky and you're looking at this big giant front of weather. Let's say you live on the beach and you're looking out over the ocean and you see this big giant front of weather coming at you, and you could be in the 4th century and you could see that on the beach.
Yeah.
But now, this century, you can go home from the beach watching this big giant front of weather, and you go look on the Doppler radar and you go, oh, there's this big fucking giant storm coming at me, and you can see the whole storm. Or if it's a fire, you can see where the fire is, So we have incredible advantages with radar, weather radar, and they can predict, 2 storms coming together like just happened, I guess, and it's great to have this technology, and I guess it makes it but I think we, as white bread 21st century American nitwits, we gotta think like, our technology can protect us from, no, technology isn't gonna protect you from a tsunami, and Trump is so dumb, he said, well, can we nuke the hurricane? It's like, yeah, right, dude. It's like, he's trying to use his ingenious genius to solve the problem. Can we nuke the hurricane? And, the technology is great, but a connection to nature is way better. It's great to see the storm that's coming or leaving, or the fire that's 50 miles away. But
well, it's good to know where the fire is, at least.
Right.
I mean, that's all I was saying. Although my point was just, that if we didn't have all this technology, it would be truly scary having all this, because there's a lot of fucking smoke. It's like, we haven't seen it like this before. So.
No, I haven't either, and I've been on the West Coast my whole life. So this is the worst I've ever seen it. I did see a clip of Trump today. It wasn't so controversial, but he was talking to a bunch of people, and some of them had masks on, and they were talking about forest management. We have to improve forest management because climate change, and Trump said, well, basically, I'm TV, the Democratic press, or the press in general, is going to hammer him for pushing back against this terminology called climate change, you know. And to tell you the truth, I don't really know if the fires we're seeing on the West Coast are the result of climate change, and I kind of agree with him. I don't agree with him giving all oil companies a pass on pollution, which is what he did when he passed the CARE Act. They had a thing in there about the EPA being inactive for a certain period, so everybody can pollute as much as they want, because we want the economy to survive.
Yeah.
So I know Trump is not a genius, but at the same time, the science to me isn't settled. Whereas the science on COVID-19 pretty much is settled, and that's a scam, you know. And we can open up the economy tomorrow if we can put the forest fires out, you know. Maybe COVID-19 caused the forest fires, and the CIA hired the Sasquatch to light the forest fires, and the aliens are paying the CIA, and Rockefellers and the Rothschilds, I think, are supplying the 7th Emperor of Nibiru with as much gold as he wants, so they'll leave planet Earth alone. And I think that's the secret of what's going on right now, is that Craig is landing his drone, is going to get his ass whooped on the big fucking Steve McClanahan rap battle, epic rap battle this week. Throw down your money, Craig. So I'm gonna do that as soon as my psychosis passes and I'm able to rhyme. I'm challenging you right now, Craig, to an epic rap battle on the air, and winner take all.
Okay. You heard it here, folks.
I feel so, I think this is what happens when I smoke dope. That was a ringtail hawk, by the way, that just flew by you, right behind you. That was a Cooper's hawk. They call it Cooper's hawk.
Huh.
I think this is what happens. I'm a living example of what happens when you smoke dope before you take a nap, and then you wake up high and you have no idea what you're talking about. At least I had good dreams. I think I had good dreams. Yeah, well, I'm woke as fuck. Show me the video about the IRS, would you?
Yeah, okay.
Even though I'm not going to get any money.
It doesn't sound like they're very big checks. It really, to me, the whole story sounds like some kind of scam thing that we didn't really know existed until they did this extension on the IRS check, on the whole fucking tax season because of the COVID. To me, it sounds like some kind of thing where rich people actually get extra money back by getting, because the IRS owes them interest on their thing, on their refund that they hadn't gotten yet. So
yeah.
That's what it sounds like to me. So I'll play that for you in a sec here.
Yeah, well, nobody likes the IRS,
Yeah, fuck the government, man. Fuck the government. I'm so tired of this fucking government, man.
Well, you should turn in you should cancel your 6-month subscription to the New World Order, because it sucks, man. I think that they're injecting people with zombie drugs, and these people are lighting the fires, and fucking got Doppler radar on everybody, and your brain waves are going haywire. If you live where I live, everybody's brain waves are going haywire. I got a guy, one of my renters is turning in grocery stores. Not grocery stores, restaurants are trying to open in my town, and he's like trying to tell them that they're not allowed to open. It's like, dude, what are you, fucking, Adolf Hitler? You come in my house with your mask on, you let possums in my fucking house, and you leave the door open while I'm sleeping. It's like, can't you shut the fucking door? And now you're gonna be an enforcer for the New World Order. If he was alive in the 1930s, he'd be telling the Jews, you must wear this little yellow star here. You know, it's like, you know, he capitulated so quickly to the bullshit, even though he's in close contact with me, an expert on geopolitics, and one of my friends who's an expert on geopolitics, and we can tell you all about the OSS if you want to, but he doesn't want to know about the OSS or the CIA or the Bilderbergs or whatever, you know, he goes down the line. He just wants to capitulate to the New World Order, and he's a mask Nazi now, and it's like, dude, I think you belong in a sci-fi movie where everybody's a willing chemical slave. He didn't even know that the vaccines they're making, they're going to inject you with the fucking virus. He didn't even know that much. It's like, dude, you don't have to get injected with the virus. You can just wait to get it. So, you know, I don't think everybody has to deal with that kind of person around them.
You know, there's a lot of people who just are, you know, they want to be, you know, they want to be part of the police state, basically, you know. They want to feel like they're doing the right thing, and the police state is doing the right thing. The police state is on our side.
And that's a psychological condition. It's connected to Dunning-Kruger.
It's like Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah, it's like Stockholm syndrome, exactly, yeah. And it's like, I know, you know, and you can't buck the system, and you can't be free because I'm not free, and they don't even know what their motivations are, and they think they're geniuses, but they can't debate you or talk to you about anything. So I got a guy coming in my house with a mask on his face all the time, and he doesn't want to talk to me, so he wears headphones. And I try to talk to him, and I'm not bugging him or nothing. So I just want to tell him, like, shut the window so the rats and the possums don't come in, or shut the door, or whatever I got to tell him. But he's blocked me out. He doesn't look at me. He's got a mask on. He's got headphones on. Where he's like shut me completely out of his consciousness. This is the guy I'm renting to, right?
Yeah.
And he's the masked Nazi.
Wow.
So, it's like people are going crazy. It's like this whole thing is causing neurosis and mental
I'm sure of that. There's no doubt in my mind whatsoever.
Yeah, I'm. You know, nobody's going to turn me in, man. I'll kill the traitor and the enforcers who come to get me, man. I'll just shut the gate to my property, and I'll load up Big Betsy, my fucking machine gun, sit on my fucking lookout tower, and I see the cops coming a half mile away, and I can shoot them at the bottom of the hill, and you ain't gonna get me, copper, you know.
You got Big Betsy, not Little Susie?
Yeah, I got Big Betsy, man. I can knock a plane out of the sky.
We got Little Susie here.
Yeah. Is she awake?
No.
You don't know that. You don't know what I'm talking about, right?
No.
Wake up, little Susie.
Oh.
Wake up. All right. I'll talk to you later, Mike.
Okay.
And take care.
Okay, it's good to hear from you.
Okay, bye.
See ya. That's our buddy Michael from Southern California. Okay, so if there's anyone else that would like to call, the number is 805-669-6397. It's always nice to talk to you all. Sometimes it's nice to talk to you all. My name's Mike. This is my YouTube page, Mox News. And this is your Wake and Bake News at 7 p.m. I'm your host, Moxie. So, let's see. It looks like I only have a couple of videos left here. I promised I would play the second IRS check coming up here, so I will show you that. Again, there appears to be people getting a second refund check from the IRS, and many people are just throwing them away thinking it's some kind of a scam. Other people are, you know, cashing them, I guess. But it's not a scam, and you can go ahead and cash them. Although it seems like a scam to me, because what they're saying is it's an interest payment that they're making to you because the tax season was pushed back, so they owe you interest on your refund. But it seems like some kind of thing where like rich people, you know, get like extra money back through this fucking, well, we owe you extra interest. So, right? That's what it sounds like to me, you know. But then again, the rich people get everything, and the IRS love them. So.
It's been almost 2 months since we all had to file our tax returns. And if you were owed a refund, you've received your check by now. So why are millions of Americans getting a second check from the IRS? Horace Holmes has the answer.
Well, I found an unexpected deposit in my checking account for $7.89 that said it was from the IRS.
Herb Weisbaum of Consumers Checkbook was surprised and confused to see that unexpected check from the IRS. He had already gotten his refund for the year. Free money? It's got to be a scam, right? Well, it turns out 14 million Americans either have or will be receiving these little checks from Uncle Sam, and it's no mistake and no scam. Remember, the Treasury Department pushed back the tax due date from the traditional April 15th to July 15th this year because of the pandemic.
According to the law, if there's a disaster-related postponement, the IRS is required by law to pay interest between the date, April 15th, the original filing date, and if you filed up till the July 15th filing date. So somewhere in between there's this floating scale of how much interest they have to pay you.
So that's what it's all about. The fear is that people have gotten a check and then thrown it out thinking it was a scam. If you have any questions at all, contact the IRS. Back to you.
It's like all is quiet on the Western Front. There we go, lovely day. Now this is what it should look like normally when you go to this park that we go to. We'd like to take the dogs to give them a swim, get their balls wet. And then Craig has a video from like yesterday where there's nobody there, and it's all smoky. We'll play that in a little bit, but it's not a drone video. Hello, caller.
Hello, Michael. How are you this evening?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm doing very well. Joe from Pennsylvania here.
Hey, Joe. Good to hear from you.
Hey. Yeah, you sound enthused. No, I just wanted to give a little update from out here on the East Coast. Apparently today, federal judge struck down Tom Wolf's orders that all the lockdown mandates that he imposed were deemed unconstitutional, so that's a big plus for us.
Yeah, that sounds really good.
Yeah, it's excellent. Helps me out with my chosen profession.
Does that mean like all the restaurants and stuff get open back up?
Yes, it does. For the most part, it basically he tried to impose a stay in home order, which was deemed unconstitutional. The excessive mandates on businesses are considered unconstitutional by the federal judge. Our state judiciary is pretty much a politically stacked judiciary. But when I went to the federal, there was a ton of businesses that filed lawsuits right from the get-go back in April.
Huh.
And I think that's the reason everything really came down hard.
Is everything still in a lockdown there?
No, it's not. Not here in PA. But it depends on the jurisdictions, though, too. I mean, we've got Philadelphia and Pittsburgh, which are the big, the major urban hubs. But the majority of the states, kind of like New York, where you've got a couple of major urban centers, but the majority of the state are rural.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really represent the vast majority of the state. That's actually really good news on our part, as far as businesses getting back up.
It seems like good news for everybody, really, if that's the way the judges are headed.
Yeah, it was a federal judge who was a Trump appointee, which I don't care about that one way or another. I mean, so long as he's interpreting the law appropriately, that's all I really care about. I don't care who appoints him. Yeah, and then now, of course, down in Lancaster, down in the southeastern part of the state, we've got people tearing up the city down there because of the guy who got shot recently that charged out of his house with a butcher knife.
Yeah, I played that video earlier.
I just came on, so I didn't see it.
Yeah, I played it about a half hour ago. I played that video.
Yeah. So, people being people.
Yeah, people are dangerous, man.
Oh, fucking A, right, man. So I hadn't called in here in a while, and I just figured I'd call and see what's up, and hopefully you're not going to hang up on me again.
What's the weather like there?
What, the weather right now today?
Uh-huh.
Mid 60s, 70s, pretty decent. Temperate for this time of the year.
It sounds a little cool.
Yeah. Well, for this time of the year, we're in, mid-September now, so it's about average.
It's all smoky here. Everything's just smoky here.
Yeah, that's what Craig was saying right when I first came on. And I've seen videos, dude, it looks like fucking total apocalyptic craziness going on out there, right?
It's very, very smoky. You can't see anything. Like you can see, this is where we take the dogs a lot. This is Lake Washington right there on the screen. And you can clearly, you can always see, the cities, the little towns across the water. And we were there yesterday, and you couldn't see anything.
Yeah, it's fucked up, dude. Well, hopefully you guys will end up okay, and
It'll be fine.
Yeah. You don't have any fires close to you, I hope.
They're not real close.
Yeah, so not threatening.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, so just kind of an inconvenience, and
well, there's a lot of people getting hurt. It's dangerous. There should be I can't stand that we fight fires the same way we fought fires 100 years ago. Why hasn't someone come up with a better fucking idea than fucking dropping water from a plane or using a shovel to put out a fucking forest fire? There's got to be. I just can't believe that we're supposed to believe that we're on our way to Mars, people. We are on our way. But we can't put out a fucking forest fire. It really pisses me the fuck off.
Well, didn't they used to do controlled burns to try and keep this sort of thing at bay? 'Cause I know out on the West Coast you guys have to deal with wildfires every year. I know it seems a little more harsh this year, but didn't they have mitigation measures in place to try and keep these things at bay from getting out of control, like 10, 15 years ago? So it wasn't as bad as it is right now.
I'm sure that there are still mitigation efforts in place to keep things at bay, but I don't know. I don't know if there was controlled burns. I don't remember 10, 15 years ago. I don't think so. Maybe 30 years ago.
Okay. Yeah, it seems like if they were to go back to that and at least keep the tinder, all the brush and tinder and flammable materials, just take care of them periodically throughout the course of the year, it wouldn't be as severe right now as it is.
Yeah, well, there's a number of reasons for what's going on. They're having issues with invasive fucking predators that are eating all the bark off the trees and making it so the trees can't defend themselves and they get dried out.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. There's like this beetle, this Asian beetle that's fucking up all the trees.
Yeah. All right. Well, I just figured I'd give you a little heads up on what's happening over here in PA. And,
well, that seems like pretty good news.
Yeah, it's really good news. I was thrilled when I saw that earlier today. So.
Right, and we'll watch for that to happen, across the rest of the United States, hopefully.
I sure hope so.
Yeah.
All right. You have yourself a good night, Mike.
Okay, Joe. Take care, man. Thanks for calling.
You as well. Yep.
All right, so that's Joe from Pennsylvania, and it sounds like a nice day in Pennsylvania. Good news from a federal judge. That doesn't happen every day. Let's see. So again, and this is the video I was talking about. This is where we one of the places that we love to take the dogs and have them get a swim and stuff. And there's a giant dog park there. It's not the best park in Washington State, but it's a nice place to go and get your balls wet. So we take the dogs there on beautiful days, and we were there yesterday. This is what it normally looks like. We were there yesterday. Craig has a video of that here. I'll show you what it looked like yesterday.
Okay, we are at our favorite spot, Magnuson Park. Here it is Sunday, September 13th, and that is Lake Washington. What you can see out in the smoke in the distance is Juanita Bay. And there is the doggies. This is our typical spot where we always take them. And it is smoky. It is like unbelievably smoky. Let's look around to the west, and if we go up, that is the sun hidden behind all the smoke. It's so smoky you can't even see the sun. Da 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 da. Smoke on the water and fire in the sky. Boo Bear on the water shore. He likes to get the ball. Sammy girl getting the ball. Smoke on the water. And Boo Bear rolling around. Okay, guys, that's it from here. There's a bird. No, it's a plane. It's smoke on the water. Armageddon 2020. Post-apocalypse. Signing off.
All right, and that's what it looked like today in downtown Seattle. So I wanted you guys to be able to see what it looked like, what it normally looks like. You know, like we were showing you earlier, this video of a beautiful day at the park, and then what it looked like yesterday, which was pretty much the same as the picture from today. Actually, a little thicker than yesterday. So, I don't know what you want.
Here, play this one right here.
Okay, play that one right there.
You got it, buddy. Good job, Boo Bear. Propeller tail. It's a propeller tail. He doesn't usually do that. Oh, now it's all wet. Good job, Bubba. You got it, buddy. What a good Boo Bear. What a good Boo Bear.
Guys of Rufus down at the park, and you can see across the water there how clearly you can see, and then the video that Craig shot yesterday, you can't see any of that across the water, right? Hello, caller.
Adam from Arizona.
Okay, what's going on in Arizona?
First time caller.
Cool. What's your name?
Adam from Arizona.
Oh, hey, Adam. Well, thanks for calling. What's the weather like in Arizona?
I'll tell you what, normally it's too hot here this time of year, but because of all the smoke, it blocks out the sun, and it's been about 10 degrees cooler, so today was about 90 degrees, and normally it's about 105 this time of year. I'm in Pima County.
Yeah, that sounds like 90 degrees sounds pretty nice in Arizona.
Yeah, nice and dry, not too much humidity, so. And but yeah, it's Arizona, southern part of Arizona. It's not too good for growing anything because the dry heat gets about 120 degrees.
And it's a bit hot, man.
Well, yeah, I'm all the way west of Tucson, and I can actually see all the smoke from California, and that's quite a ways away, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't tell whether them fires were intentionally set, but it seems pretty suspicious that, you know, never in the history of any type of news there's been that many fires out west. And even here in Arizona, north of me, there's been quite a few fires. possibly intentionally set. I don't know. I can't say whether they are or aren't. But
There seems to be more arsonists around. I know that they caught somebody up here intentionally setting fires. It's you know, the world's going crazy, man. The people, I think a lot of the people that are kind of mentally agitated already, that agitation has been ratcheted up quite a few levels at this point.
I know, man. Yeah, I'm worried. I almost don't see us even being able to get out of a civil war at this point. I'm looking for a place further away from people where there's less fires, and that's my new theory, is try to get as far away from people as I can get till things calm down.
Yeah, well, that's not a new theory. A lot of people have that theory. Look, just I have a motto, and that is march or die. Okay, keep moving forward, keep making things happen. We'll get through it. We always do. March or die. You know.
Yeah. Well, since this COVID thing started, I don't know anybody that died from COVID. I have about 6 friends, 4 family members. Two of my family members committed suicide. This thing started.
That sucks. I'm sorry to hear that. It's very difficult, man. That's a lot to deal with.
Yeah, very, very difficult. And it's real suspicious when your family member goes into the hospital and don't come out. They tell you a story, one thing.
Yeah.
You're not witness to it.
Right.
Well, they can pretty much get away with lying about anything nowadays. And it's gotten to the point where people kind of have to figure out what's what in their own head, because it seems like there's just so many lies floating around out there. It's hard to believe anybody nowadays.
Yeah, well, there's some basic things, okay? And I keep trying to get people to recognize these basic things that you want to recognize, which is when someone's trying to get you to be afraid, that person, whether they're telling you the truth or not, is not in your best interest. They want you afraid. They want you to be, and when blatantly people are trying to cause a division, that's all the programming. They want us afraid and divided, So you recognize this, and then every time you see somebody who's acting like they're trying to divide us, those people are the enemy. That is pretty simple, but for whatever reason, most people have a really hard time seeing through it.
Like me, for instance, I voted for Donald Trump the first time. I'm probably not going to vote at all the second time. But the thing is I have quite a few family members that are liberal Democrats, a lot of them from back east. And they give me quite a hard time, and I've never discriminated against anybody for the way they vote. And to have my own family members, and I've never seen people this divided. It almost seems like a type of military-grade weaponized propaganda that maybe this country's never seen before. Because, I straight up have family members that hate me now because of my beliefs. And most of all, of my beliefs, I really try to not affect anyone's life. But to have my own family hate me, for my beliefs or something that I've done because they feel their lives affected now, it is very divided in this country. And my fear is if people can't put aside their differences, we're in big trouble and in danger of losing our country.
Yeah. If the people can't come together, united we stand, divided we fall.
But yeah, I see both sides of it. I see the police brutality. I was a victim of a false arrest that pretty much turned my life upside down for years and destroyed my ability to get a job through background checks. And you know, I see that part of it, you know, and I wouldn't say, you know, I'm not going to say defunding. I heard you say something about 4 weeks ago that was absolutely genius. Maybe it was longer, but you said to end the drug war. You know,
Yeah.
That would solve all the problems real quick, and whoever would do it would end up being quite a hero.
Yeah.
Like,
it would make it's caused so much problem around the world. You know, you create this huge black market, and then just these evil doers just, you know, suck giant sums of money out of a never-ending flow, a river of money, you know, and they do evil with it, and then you set up these other people who, you know, need those evildoers, right? The DEA needs people, you know, drug cartels and other people smuggling drugs. Otherwise, we don't need the DEA, right? So they need them and they want them, and you know, and they just seem like the dirtiest cops on the fucking planet to start with, you know. So let's just get the fuck rid of these motherfuckers, and you know, let people live their lives.
yeah, I don't know. I don't think that they should be able to write anybody a ticket as long as there's no victim. You know, and I've been pretty much taken out of my car and humiliated pretty bad because of my long hair. I live in a small town. And they don't profile people like me as much anymore, but when I was younger, I had it pretty bad. And some of that stuff's still on my record. You know, there ain't no statute of limitations. Just sticks with you. You try to get a job, you try to get fingerprint cards or anything. It really screws up.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I won't tie up too much of your time. I just wanted to call and say hi. Tell you I've been listening to you for a number of years, and gosh darn, you need to have your own show. You're better than any of these other news people. You're better than the Young Turds or Alex Jones or anything, you know. And I've been listening to you since you've been the C-SPAN junkie.
Yeah, right on. Well, it's good to hear from you, and I really appreciate it. It's very nice. Your words are very kind.
Yeah, and yeah, keep up the good work. And if I had more money, I would make a donation. But
well, one of these days, man. One of these days, remember. One of these days. Well, one of these days, when you have more money, remember, and then you go, hey, man, I'm gonna buy Mike a pizza.
Oh, I will.
All right, bro.
Hey, have a good night.
All right, thanks for calling. Talk to you soon, I hope.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye. All right, so let's see. I have just a couple of videos left for you here to play. He sounded like a nice guy. Let's see. So I will play. I have a video about cops beating a man. Okay, so this guy was pulled over, and I guess he's in the back seat of this car, and he starts asking the cops why they're doing this and why they're doing that, and the cops pull him out of the car and start beating the shit out of him. And that's the country that we live in, boys and girls, in case you're wondering.
Morning, a Georgia sheriff's deputy is out of a job after beating a suspect during a traffic stop. That was all caught on video, and we have to tell you, it is very tough to watch. It shows a deputy repeatedly punching a black man his name is Roderick Walker, as you see he's on the ground. This happened Friday in Clayton County, just south of Atlanta. Now, the sheriff's office says, no need to show you the rest of the video, you get the point. The sheriff's office says the fired deputy, who has not been identified, used excessive force. Walker's attorney says one firing is not enough. Mark Strassman is in Jonesboro, Georgia. That's outside the jail where Walker is now being held. So, Mark, here's the question. He was a passenger in the car, so why is he in jail now?
Well, it's a good question, Gail. It's not exactly clear, but he is in jail, this jail behind me, the Clayton County Jail. He was arrested after sheriff's deputies beat him up. And Rod Walker's lawyer says the arrest itself was unconstitutional, and Walker's family is in shock.
Get the f out of him! No!
That's the voice of Roderick Walker's girlfriend, Juanita Davis, as she watched Clayton County Sheriff's deputies pin him to the ground. The video shows one deputy punching Walker in the face several times. That deputy is heard saying Walker bit his hand. Walker's attorney says his client denies he bit anyone.
I honestly didn't think that he was going to make it through because the beating was so brutal.
Davis says she and Walker were getting a ride home after returning a rental car Friday when the car they were in was pulled over for an alleged broken taillight. Walker was sitting up front on the passenger side. Davis says police approached Walker first, not the driver.
He was like, "Do you have your ID, yes or no?" And Roger's like, "No, sir, I don't have my ID." Then he said, "Okay, get out the car, get out the car."
That part of the encounter was not caught on camera, and police have not explained what happened next. Minutes later, Walker was on the ground, pinned under two sheriff's deputies, his girlfriend screaming at police. Her son cried out the back window of the car. Davis says the boy is now traumatized.
He can't sleep through the night. He wakes up crying. He keeps asking, "Where's Roderick? Why did this happen to him?"
Walker was arrested on 2 counts of obstructing or hindering police and 2 counts of battery. According to the sheriff's office, he has not been able to get out on bond because of outstanding warrants unrelated to the incident. The sheriff's office says Walker has received medical treatment in jail. But Walker's attorney is concerned. He says his client lost consciousness at least twice during the beating, and his mouth continues to bleed behind bars.
This was about the typical, your tail light is broken so we can stop you. This method of using this tactic to get around your constitutional rights needs to stop now.
The Clayton County Sheriff's Office did not return our calls for comment. It has also not released the incident report. In a statement, the sheriff said he's turned over this case to county prosecutors. Anthony, this one has all the elements of here we go again.
Yeah. All right, Mark, thank you.
You're right, Mark Strassman. Here we go again. Listen, I know this story is still unfolding. There's still a lot we don't know. But what we do see is very triggering. We see the woman reacting that you're hurting him. We see another child of color who was traumatized clearly by what they saw. And that's why these things are always very triggering. So you have that story. Then you have the story that we had earlier of the 2 sheriff's deputies were ambushed. That is definitely not okay either. And you have 2 extremes. I feel it's such a volatile time in the country. It's very, very, very frightening to me. It's not okay to shoot police who were just sitting in their car.
No,
not
it's
okay.
Not.
Not all right.
The big question here is why did this man was a passenger? Why did they even ask for his ID?
Exactly right.
A lot of answers to come there, we hope. And
sometimes life can be a little overwhelming. Sometimes the weight of the world can be too much to bear. Sometimes you need to stop worrying and take a deep breath. Sometimes you need cannabis. Introducing Brightside, high-quality cannabis delivered right to your door. Brightside offers an extensive menu of strains and products to meet your needs. Choose the experience you want, and we'll send you the dankest herb, the real sticky icky, some top-shelf marijuana. If you like what we send you, keep the whole jar. We'll even include some nugs for you to blaze. As part of Discovery, you'll get to try new strains and products. Side effects may include euphoria, increased appetite, uncontrollable giggles, elevated sensitivity to musical dopeness, and reduced anxiety. Tetrahydrocannabinol may also induce feelings of existential well-being and relentless optimism. With a Brightside subscription, you can get it once a month, once a week, or whenever you want, all at a price you'll like. And yes, this is a real company. Ask your doctor if cannabis is right for you. It probably is. Keep it Brightside.
All right. Looks quiet on the Western Front. Let's see, where were we at here? Spokane, Purple Sunset. What else didn't we see yet? I like the Marymore one. Oh wait, yeah, I like the Marymore. That's where we saw the giant beaver. Giant beaver. All right, so I'm all out of videos in case anybody's wondering. If you want to call, the number is 805-669-6397. I'll give you a minute to call. Otherwise, I'm out of videos, and we do this every Monday through Friday at 7 p.m. Pacific time, which means we're back tomorrow, same Mox time, same Mox channel, and each and every Monday through Friday. So if you missed out tonight, we'll be back tomorrow. You can call then. Otherwise, don't forget, one of these days, this war is going to end. Stay cool till then.
No matter which mouth you feed on a two-headed snake, it still shits the same turd. But lucky for you, you have Mox News. More than 10 years. More than 60,000 videos. Mox News has been filtering the nonsense and illuminating the bullshit from your mainstream media. Turn off your TV and turn on to Mox News. For over a decade, documenting the socio-political events that have etched and carved the pathways that define today's modern mess, Mox News has been providing clarity while faithfully bringing you today's relevant stories 100% commercial-free and subscription-free. And just like Lady Liberty vows to remain free. But at this time, we're asking you for your help, your patronage, and your support to keep the lights on and the videos rolling. For less than 17 cents per day, you can become a basic subscriber, knowing that your donation is truly making a difference that will help continue bringing the news stories that make a difference in your life. Turn on, tune in, and drop a couple dimes today by clicking the link below or visiting moxnews.com and show your support at any level. From a single one-time donation or dedicated monthly subscriber, do it now in less than 2 minutes. All donations are safe, securely processed, and verified using PayPal, Visa, MasterCard, American Express, or Discover Card. As always, we're sure you'll find something of interest each and every day. This holiday season, give the gift of Mox. moxnews.com